Welcome everyone in the Knowledge Injection. In this video, we will look at top 10 biggest military transport aircraft currently under service around the world. Here at number 10 comes the Lockheed Martin C-130J Super Hercules. This aircraft is the latest production variant of legacy C-130 Hercules. It replaced in production the previous C-130H. Deliveries of this tactical airlift commenced in 1998. By 2014, over 280 Hercules aircrafts have been exported and produced around the world. The tactical transport aircraft has a payload capacity of 19 tons. It can carry 92 soldiers, 6 pallets or 3 to 4 Humvee infantry combat vehicle and single M113 armored personnel carrier. Its stretched version, the C-130J-30, has a payload capacity of 20 tons and it can carry 128 soldiers. Let's move towards number 9, where comes Chinese Xiangyi Y9. In 2001, development of a new tactical transport aircraft commenced in China. It was designed as a replacement of Y-8 fleet of transport, a copy of Russian or Soviet AN12 aircraft. Chinese attempted to create a tactical transport aircraft like C-130J of United States. Eventually, the existing Y-8, the copy of Russian Antonov AN12, was stretched and improved and upgraded to create Y-9 aircraft. This military aircraft is been in service in Chinese Air Force since 2012. The Y-9 can carry 25 tons of cargo even though it has showed its capability to carry 30 tons of cargo. Let's move towards number 8, where comes International Airbus A400M. The Airbus A400M Atlas is an international project. This medium-range aircraft made its first flight in 2009. The airplane was ordered by 10 countries. Major operators will be Germany, France, Spain, United Kingdom, Turkey. The first production aircraft were delivered in 2030. The A400M will replace a variety of aircrafts including Lockheed Martin AN124 Super Hercules. The advanced design of Airbus A400M incorporates extensive use of composite materials, which makes it too light in weight. The A400M has a maximum payload capacity of 37 tons. It can carry two 8x8 armored vehicles. The military transport can take off and land on soft semi-prepared airfields and requires relatively shorter runways. It was also designed to operate with limited or no ground facilities. Now let's move towards number 7, where comes Japanese Kawasaki C2. The Kawasaki C2 is a new Japan's medium-range military transport. It became operational with Japan's Air Self-Defense Forces in 2016. Around 30 to 40 aircrafts were planned to be delivered. This will eventually replace the aging fleet of Kawasaki C1 and Lockheed Martin C-130 Hercules. The Kawasaki C2 follows the lines of previous C1. It lays out a typical from a modern military transport aircraft. In order to decrease the development and the production cost, it was developed in parallel with the Kawasaki P1 maritime patrol aircraft and shares major of the airframe parts. The Kawasaki C2 can carry much more cargo than aircraft it replaces. Its maximum payload capacity is 37.6 tons. The older C1 can carry only 10 to 12 tons, while C130 was just 19 tons. The Kawasaki C2 can carry around 120 troops, 8 standard air cargo pallets, and 1 UH-60J helicopter as well. Now move towards number 6, where come Russian Illusion IL-76. The IL-76 was the first Soviet 4-jet heavy transport aircraft. Its production commenced in 1974. Over 800 of these military transport aircrafts were built. Together with Antonov AN22, it formed the backbone of Soviet Airlift Command throughout the Cold War. It was used to fly strategic military cargoes in the frontline air bases in the most extreme operational conditions. This aircraft is still in service in number of countries. The IL-76 has a maximum payload capacity of 50 tons. It was designed to deliver heavy vehicles machinery to remote, poorly serviced airfields. It can operate from short and unpaved runways. The IL-76 can cope with the worst weather conditions experienced in Serbia and Arctic regions. However, there are lots of questions being marked on its serviceability. Even though these aircraft were designed in 1970s and still today, this is considered as one of the best strategic airlifters for many of the air forces around the world. Let's move towards the number 5, where comes Chinese Xiang Y20. The Y20 is the newest Chinese transport aircraft. It was developed by Xiang Aircraft Corporation with Russian and Ukrainian assistance. In 2006, the program became a national priority. Y-20 made its first flight in 2013, and China became the fourth country in the world after United States, Russia and Ukraine that had developed 200-ton military transport jet. This military transport aircraft entered service with Chinese Air Force in 2016. Y-20 has a payload capacity of 66 ton and can carry the most sophisticated Type 99 main battle tanks. Now move towards number 4, where come Boeing C17 Globemaster 3 from United States. The Boeing C17 Globemaster 3 is a workhorse of US Air Force, flying regular strategic supply missions around the world. The development of these heavy transport aircraft commenced in 1980s. It made its first flight in 1991. Reached initial operational capability in 1995, it replaced the Lockheed Martin C141 Starlifter. A total of 250 of these aircrafts were built. It is used by US Air Force and some other countries around the world. This airlifter has a payload capacity of 76.6 ton. It can even carry M1A2 Abrams main battle tank or 3 Stryker 8x8 armored vehicles or 3 Apache helicopters. It can also carry air-droppable platforms up to the weight of 50 tons. The C-17 can routinely operate from airfields previously denied by such jet-powered transport. If required, it can also operate from unpaved, unimproved runways. Now moving towards number 3, here comes Antonov AN22 from Russia. The Antonov AN22 is the world's largest turboprop aircraft. At the time of its introduction in 1965, it was world's largest aircraft. The AN22 was extensively used in major military airlifts of the Soviet Union. However, it was never produced in large numbers. The aircraft has a payload capacity of 80 tons and can carry 4 BMD-2 airborne combat vehicles. These airlifters can operate from unprepared airfields. Currently, only 6 of these aircrafts are under service with Russian Air Force and other 18 aircrafts are in storage. The AN22 outperformed the Boeing C17 Globemaster on this list. Technically, aircraft is bit larger and can carry slightly more weight, even though C17 is much newer and more advanced machine. Let's move towards number 2, where comes Lockheed Martin C5M Super Galaxy from the United States. The Lockheed Martin C5M Super Galaxy is the workhorse of US strategic airlift capabilities. Also, it is the largest aircraft routinely operated by US Air Force. First operational C5 Galaxy aircraft was delivered in 1969. A total of 131 C5 aircrafts were built until 1989. About 125 of them are still operational. The Super Galaxy has a very large interior with rollout and roll-off capabilities. Cargos can be accessed in both the ends of the aircraft. It has a maximum payload capacity of 130 tons. It can carry 2 M1A2 Abrams main battle tanks or more than 10 Stryker armored vehicles and 16 Humvee armored fighting vehicles. Now heading towards number 1, where comes Antonov AN124. The Antonov AN124 Ruslan, NATO designation as Condor, is named after a legendary giant. It is broadly similar to slightly smaller Lockheed Martin C5 Galaxy. Currently, the Antonov AN124 is the world's largest production military aircraft. Development of these long-range heavy transport planes started in 1971. It made its first flight in 1982 and entered service with Soviet Air Forces in 1987. With the introduction of AN124, it has set a number of world records. A total of 54 Antonov AN124 aircrafts are under service around the world. Most of them are still in the commercial usage, but limited numbers are being currently used as Russian Air Force strategic airlifters. The aircraft has a maximum payload capacity of 150 tons. The cargo hold of these strategic airlifter can carry virtually any load, including all the Russian armored vehicles, man battle tanks, helicopters, and all types of oversized cargoes. So this is the list of top 10 biggest military transport aircraft currently under service around the world. If you admire our work, you can subscribe the channel, like our video, and can even share. Dhanyavad. Jai Hind.